from the oldest stadium in baseball, Fenway Park. MLB Network is on the air. Game 2 of the final series of the year between the American League's Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. Who will get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Stephen Wright will be the starter for the BOS Sox in this contest. Harold, what do you got?
Well, he has got an excellent strikeout to walk ratio. He's dominating hitters. He doesn't walk guys. He's around the plate. And that number alone just tells me his stuff is dominating and hitters can't catch up to it. Let's watch him execute in this game.
Here's Carlos Correa now. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Shortstop, number 1.
Second of 4 here on a Friday night as the game's first pitch is taken for strike 1. Harold Reynolds, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They come in winners of 2 straight, and they've been playing some good baseball as well.
Well, Matt, and another thing, I mean, this is a really good team. We know that, right? I mean, they've already clinched the division. The question will be, how do you rest guys down the stretch to get ready for the playoffs? And that, to me, is more challenging maybe than the rest of the season on the calendar.
Ready with the 0-2. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. And we'll see some 40s before things are said and done tonight. Right now 51 degrees at first pitch. The 1-2 pitch. Right side. There is Pedroia, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. What's this club need to focus on this evening, H?
Matt, this is a scary lineup. They've got power and they have speed. They score runs in all different ways. They hit the ball in the ballpark and they score on balls in the gap when you have a runner at first base. That's what speed, power combination can do. This is a very tough lineup.
Coming to the plate now, George Springer, currently with the 3rd best home run total on the ball club. And this is going to be a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Could have hit that with a 3-iron. A low knuckleball called for a strike. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Now, Matt, I'm telling you, I watch Ricky Holiday call games. I start thinking about hockey. Top shelf. That's him. He's going to call everything up in the zone. Top shelf Ricky.
Grounder down the line at 3rd. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Knuckleball, and he can't pull the trigger. It's a called strike 3 for out number 2.
Boy, he's having a hard time just putting the ball in play right now. He took the hat trick with 3 strikeouts yesterday, and here's another one today. Looks to me like he just needs to simplify his approach and focus on making some contact.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. First chance for him here in the top of the 1st with nobody on. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Just underway here at Fenway Park. In there, 1-1. That pitch was so slow it barely registered on the radar gun.
Yeah, Matt, we don't see too many pitches crawling to the plate like that, especially these days. That can be a really tough pitch for a hitter to wait back on.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And that is into the visitors' bullpen, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 21 for him on the season, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Digging in, Evan Gattis. He's always a long ball threat, currently 4th in the American League in that department. First pitch of the at-bat. A knuckleball right over the middle of the plate.
You know what? That ball's right down the middle. I think he was taking first pitch, just really trying to measure it.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at-bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
Drilled right back up the middle, and Pedroia will stretch, but it's into center field for a base hit. So a nice job there to fight off an 0-2 pitch and keep the inning alive for at least one more batter.
After taking the first 2 pitches for strikes, he hits the third one for a base hit. That's just great concentration.
Here's Carlos Beltran. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Comes set, and the 0-1. Lifted the other way to left center. Bradley on the run. He makes the play. A great catch on the run to retire the side. Astros off and running on the solo homer. On to the bottom of the first from Fenway. It's now 1-0 Houston. Dallas Keuchel is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Now in the box, Jose Ramirez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. And Harold, these Astros entering play here tonight. They come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matt, they've been a little up and down on this road trip, a little inconsistent, but 2-2 is not bad, better than being 0-4. They win this game today, though, and it really kind of turns the tide for them a bit.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
The 0-2 home. Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Reddick sprinting after it. Oh, he brought it back. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Harold?
Well, Matt, they find themselves already down 1. The big thing here, you realize you got a lot of game left. Just score 1 run. Try to get right back in the game, even it up, and play the whole 9 innings. You can't just play part of the game, play the whole game.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. The next 0-2. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting third, right fielder, Mookie.
Here's Mookie Betts. Head-to-head pass with Dallas Keuchel. A 3-for-7 line. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Into the windup and the pitch. And they'll start him with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0. And this one's over for a high strike. 1-1.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
Hot shot on the ground is short. To his left, Correa. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one.
Reddick.
Come on.
Here comes the first pitch. There's a knuckleball that he looks at cross right down Main Street for a strike. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Grounded up the first baseline. Ramirez is up with it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
All right, time for an adjusted defensive alignment for the Red Sox.
Number 10.
I'm looking at Hanley Ramirez. They thought he was going to be a project, and what he's done is become a pretty good defensive first baseman. Now, we've seen him at short, we've seen him at third, but first base, he's starting to look comfortable.
Stepping into the box, Yulieski Gurriel. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here's Bogarts, the young shortstop. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Batting 8. First baseman, Brian McCann.
Into the box, Brian McCann. His career numbers against Stephen Wright, he's gone 2 for 8. First pitch of the at-bat. And he just misses with a curveball.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
The 1-0 now to McCann. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
It's 1-2.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now the pitch. This is line to left. Castillo is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Astros go down 1-2-3, and after an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just got a piece of the fastball that time as it's chopped foul at the plate for strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Here it comes on 1-1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
Well, that's a high fastball in the low 90s. That is a dangerous pitch right there. He got away with one. The guy took the pitch. Maybe he's just measuring him up. I wouldn't come back with that again.
And now a pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. One out.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Astros. At second base, Jose Altuve. He's a Gold Glover. You know why? He always had arm strength, but he didn't always catch the ball consistently. He worked his tail off and became a guy that could catch the ball, and now he can throw it. He's impressive out there.
So striding in, Adam Duvall, currently with the third best home run total on the ball club. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Hey, not a bad take there on that first pitch. Not a real good idea to go up there looking for a changeup to hit. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Flat out locked him up with a changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a two-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. Head-to-head passed with Dallas Keuchel. He's only 1 for 10. He also has 1 home run. Keuchel sets his sights. Here's the first pitch. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
You know, he's really pitching well in this game. All you got to do is look at the swings they're taking. He's got guys out in front. He's got them guessing. He's coming up with some ugly swings from the opponent. He's looking good.
A fastball that just misses inside. Two out, nobody on. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Full count. Here it comes. He spoils another one, and will do it again. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on MLB Network after this. Now at the plate, Marwin Gonzalez. And he'll start out their half of the third, top of the order to follow.
Gonzalez.
First delivery to him on the way. And this is fouled back and out of play. The 0-1 pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. 1-1. Here it comes. Sliced down the left side, but foul. And a knuckleball ties him in knots there, and that's the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best two-strike approach either.
Into the box now, Carlos Correa. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Second appearance here, he grounded out to start the ball game. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Now a flare out toward right center. Betts coming on. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Up next for the Astros.
Here's George Springer. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Springer.
Here's the pitch. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
2 outs, nobody on, but a base runner here feels like it would really change the complexion of the inning.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. If this 2-hitter finds a way on, it really sets up the very good middle part of the order to do some damage after all.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Another 1-2 delivery. And now the knuckleball in there. Strike 3 called, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They lead it 1-0. Here's Jackie Bradley now. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Here comes the first pitch. Leaves a slider right over the middle.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
The windup and the 0-1. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1 ball.
And a neck-high fastball that time. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Boy, he's really on a roll in the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch-outs and working on number 5.
Red Sox still looking for their first hit here. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Chopped weakly to the left. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Rusney
At the
Castillo.
plate, Rusney Castillo. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Pitch on the way. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. And the pitch on 2-1. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Keuchel sets his sights. Here's the 2-2. And another foul ball. Ready with another 2-2. Another one sent foul. Another try at 2-2. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. Another full count pitch home. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Man, as a pitcher, I can tell you that is so frustrating. He's got 2 outs, and he wants to get that 3rd out as quickly and painlessly as possible. But that hitter makes him work his tail off, and he still loses him.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Ramirez. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set, and the pitch. And that misses for ball 1.
Tying run at first base. He's got to make sure that a ball in the gap, he scores. He's got to get a great jump. And one way to do it, as soon as you see that ball through the zone and you see the swing and it makes contact, you just got to get flying.
A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. The 2-1 on its way. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Now another 2-2. Takes this the other way to right. And there's the first hit of the game for the Red Sox. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The second baseman, number 15.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Dustin Pedroia, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. A dangerous changeup left high, but called for a strike.
Matt, this is where I like this guy pitching. First and second, he's got 2 outs. He's got himself a little bit of a jam, but now he likes to paint the corners. Watch him fight himself out of this situation.
2 down, runners at first and second. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch bounced slowly back toward the mound. And the throw to first will be in time, so the Red Sox come up empty, and the inning is over. Boston strands a couple. They're down 1-0. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Jose Altuve. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1.
Hey, you can't let that bother him right there. This might be a good time for the catcher to have a little conversation. Just tell him, next pitch. Don't worry about that one.
1-0 count. Here it is. There's a knuckleball that dances right over the outside corner for a strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Up next for the Astros, catcher
Evan Gattis now standing in. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now the 0-2 pitch. And a knuckleball that misses at the shoe tops. One run, 2 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Hit on the ground to third. Ramirez is up with it. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
The batter, number 15, designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
Striding in once again, Carlos Beltran comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he takes ball 1. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. High in the air out to center field. Bradley is there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Astros go down 1-2-3, but they're up 1-0. Stepping in, Mookie Betts. He'll begin things here against Dallas Keuchel.
Right fielder, number 50.
First offering on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now here's the pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Now that's a good changeup right there. You know the guy's sitting fastball. You get him out in front. Now that changeup's in his head the rest of the at-bat.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
I'll tell you right now, this guy has a shutout going, and it's been all business. He's not messing around trying to pick at corners. He's being aggressive in the zone, and he's attacking each and every one of these hitters up to this point.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Ramirez is aboard, hits a base hit.
I like it. Hard line drive on the fastball, hit off the fastball, and good things happen.
Designated hitter, Adam Duvall.
Into the box, Adam Duvall. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. First time up, he went down looking. Here comes the 0-1. And this is chopped foul at the plate. He's in the hole now, down 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to, as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
That's right, my favorite pitch.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball in the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one, he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
This is a perfect example of why the slider is such a great pitch and such a dangerous pitch, too. Sometimes it moves so much that you just lose control of it. This one runs way too far in, and the hitter is standing on first as a result.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
From the stretch, and he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Boston strands a couple. They trail this one 1-0. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they faced. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a start. So I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do.
First pitch of the at-bat. Softly hit toward the hole. Ramirez gloves it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
The left fielder, number 10, Yulieski Gurriel.
Ready for another chance? Yulieski Gurriel. comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Ready on 1-2. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A little bouncer. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Brian McCann.
Digging in to try it again, Brian McCann. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Ripped on the ground to first. Pedroia has it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Astros, but they lead it 1-0. And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
First pitch of the at-bat. Altuve at second. A quick out number 1. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Striding in, Rusney Castillo. He drew a walk his first time up. Into the windup and the pitch. Here's a looping fly ball out to right, and he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, third baseman, Jose.
Ready for another
Ramirez.
shot now, Jose Ramirez. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball isn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
Here he comes on 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Yeah, he's all over the place right now. No doubt he's clearly fighting his mechanics.
Keuchel into his motion. Here's the 3-0. And this is taken for a ball. He walked him. And the Sox have themselves a 2-out base runner.
Hey, 3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. He grounds it sharply to third. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And the recovery won't be in time as he'll beat the throw to first.
I'm not sure if this happened or not, but sometimes when you're playing behind a pitcher who's doing all of the work himself, you get caught up a little bit in kind of a trance, and you get lulled to sleep out there. Looked like to me he was caught a little off guard when the play came his way.
Ready once again, Mookie Betts. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Well, he's really having good success in this game. And, you know, looking at it, you go, how's he doing it? Well, it's surely not the first pitch strike. I mean, he's a little over 60% first pitch strikes. That's good. It's not great. For the type of success he's having, you can't figure it out.
Takes a look at a fastball down the middle for strike number two.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is one pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
2 men are on with 2 men out. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
As a manager, you never really want to put a man on by a hit by pitch, but you absolutely hate to have it happen when it loads the bases. Now the pitcher is looking a little shaky, and the threat of a big inning is very real.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. And he looks at a slider in there, 1-1. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Red Sox leave them loaded. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. 0 for 1
Leading
for
off
him
for
here in
Houston,
this one.
third baseman, Marwin Gonzalez.
Into the windup and the pitch. Looks at a knuckleball that finds the bottom of the strike zone. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And he takes this one high, 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he pops it up back behind second base. Waiting for it now is Pedroia, 1 down.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. There's a knuckleball that dances right over the outside corner for a strike.
He's having a really good game. He's over 70% first pitch strike. When you get that first pitch strike, now it opens up the whole strike zone, and that's why a pitcher can dominate, and he's doing that in this game.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Knuckleball upstairs, dangerous pitch taken for a strike. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Betts has a read on it. 2 gone.
Center fielder, number
Riding
4,
in once again, George Springer.
Springer.
0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. First offering on its way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. And that's a called strike at the letters, though that looked high from here. It's 0-2 now.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Bouncer down the line. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first baseman got the out, and the inning is over. Astros go down 1-2-3, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Digging in once again, Adam Duvall. He'll start things out in the sixth for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Here comes the 0-1. Ball 1.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
To short, hit hard. Correa fields it cleanly. No problem here. 1 away.
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Digging in to try it again. Xander Bogaerts comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. There to play it is Springer, and that's out number 2.
The batter, center
Ready
fielder,
for another shot now. Jackie Bradley Jr. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. Keuchel gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Little dribbler up the first baseline. And he'll just make the tag himself, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Red Sox. It remains 1-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. It's on to the 7th now with the Astros on top in this one. And as the final warm-up tosses are thrown, let's get a look at our game summary through 6 innings. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Nat. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. And a knuckleball over the outside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A shot down the first baseline. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, catcher, Evan Gattis.
Evan Gattis now standing in. A hit in 2 tries so far. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a knuckleball that he looks at cross right down Main Street for a strike.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
0-1. Here it comes. Pitch popped up. Pedroia on the move on to first, and it's a quick start to the 7th as now there are 2 away.
The batter, number 15, designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
Ready once again, Carlos Beltran. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Knuckleball floating dangerously high and missing.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Knuckleball taken there, and that'll even it up at 1. 2 out, nobody on. And when that thing's doing that, forget it. It's 1-2. And this is fouled back and out of play. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this is fouled at the plate.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
Come on, Clark.
Here's another 1-2. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
And Beltran able to lay off that time, and the count moves back to 2-2.
Seems like he's thrown everything at him, the kitchen sink, and he just fouled them off. So he tried to throw something right there and make him chase, and he didn't. So I don't know where he goes from here.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They lead it 1-0. Digging in the switch hitter, Blake Swihart. He'll try and get something started in the home half of the 7th. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen, as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Well, he's got a nice count, 2-0. I know he's looking for something to hit here, but hey, a walk wouldn't hurt you either. Down late in the game, base runners don't hurt.
3-0 now.
Well, knowing the threat this guy poses if he gets on base, I think the next pitch should be a challenge pitch. You don't want to give guys that can run a free chance to cause havoc out there, especially the leadoff guy.
3-1.
Well, he made a nice adjustment. That was a nice pitch right there, 3-0. Now puts the count 3-1. That was the same pitch he threw 2-0 and missed on it and got ball called.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Ready for another chance? Rusney Castillo. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting
At the plate, Jose Ramirez. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. Pitch number 100 on its way. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
Hey, the guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
Comes set with the 0-1. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And McCann will stay with this one for out number 2.
The second baseman, number 15.
In now, Dustin Pedroia. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Well, he's thrown over 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters in the game right now. That's why he's pitching late in the game. He's getting ahead of guys, and then you can manipulate as you move forward.
Keuchel pauses. 0-1 pitch on its way. Grounded back up the middle. Reined in. Over to Altuve for the force, and that'll be that. Red Sox leave 1. They still trail 1-0. Fernando Abad has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Fernando Abad.
Ready now, Josh Reddick. His prior history versus this arm, a perfect 2 for 2.
Reddick.
On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1.
When you've got a guy that throws a good two-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. And this is fouled straight back. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's another 2-2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Digging in, Yulieski Gurriel. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing.
Cold strike at the letters, 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
That is just a tough pitch to hit. As a hitter, you see that ball start right down the middle. You go to swing, and it disappears away from you.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Now at the plate, Brian McCann. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike one.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. All even at 2-2. Here it is. He pulls this one into right, and Mookie will make the play, and that retires the side. Astros go down 1-2-3, but they're on top 1-0. Here's Mookie Betts. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Into the windup and the pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Right over the middle, knee high. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And here's one that misses as the count moves to 2-1 on the Boston right fielder. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side, and he'll squeeze this one for the 2nd out.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Striding into the box, Adam Duvall. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. Low for ball 1. Keuchel into his motion. Here's the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Now here's the pitch. Down low, and the clock thickens here. 3-0. 2 out, nobody on. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Well, they've been unable to get to this guy, so they'll take base runners any way they can get him. At the very least, you make him work from the stretch and add to his pitch total.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Coming to the plate now, Xander Bogaerts. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. From the stretch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. Quick check on that tying run at first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and he'll get back in safely. A runner on first with 2 away. A little bit outside. 2-1. Throw over to the bag, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. 2 out with the man at first. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
I don't know about his decision not to swing there. Hitters count. You get a fastball middle in. That's the one you drive out of the ballpark.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Red Sox. They trail this one 1-0. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network from Boston, Mass. We're set for the final innings of this one. Fernando Rodriguez enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Marwin Gonzalez will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Gonzalez.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Next pitch chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase the cutter there. A ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Another 2-2 offering. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Ball 3 to the 9 hitter, and everybody's kind of going, all right, if we can just get him to walk him with the leadoff guy coming up next, they got a chance to have a big inning.
Just hung in there on that one.
Man, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Carlos Correa comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is taken in for the 2nd out.
Center fielder.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Here's George Springer. A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. Ramirez is there for it. And that's the third out. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Nothing further in the Houston ninth. Last chance for the Red Sox. They trail here 1-0. Coming to the plate now, Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. Bradley waits on the 1-0. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And there's ball 2 now. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. To 2-2 now.
Guys, I've been really impressed with him tonight. I mean, he's carving these guys up with all of his pitches.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner towards second. And it's a base hit. And just like that, the potential tying run is aboard here to start the home half of the ninth.
That's a big leadoff hit late in the game right there. Now you're down 1. You get the leadoff guy on. Now he can do a lot of things. Will he steal? Will they bunt him over? Will he score on a gapper? Maybe score on a home run. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they get him home.
Now here comes the Houston manager out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Ken Giles comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
53, Ken Giles.
Blake Swihart will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
Well, I like that right there. Pulling the bat back. You still got to bunt a strike. That's the one trap that bunters fall into. They think they got to bunt anything. It's not a squeeze bunt. You still have to bunt a strike.
1-0 pitch on the way. And they'll play for the tie here as he puts this one down. And he'll just put it in his pocket. It's an infield single. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. Striding in, Rusney Castillo. He's 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. Bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. Throw on to first, so the sacrifice is successful.
You can't ask for anything more than that. The tying run moves over to third now with only 1 out. So we'll see how the infield decides to play it here.
So digging in now, Jose Ramirez, as he's got a chance to be the hero. Tying run at third, winning run at second. And there's ball 4. So the bases are loaded, and we'll see how the infield decides to play it here.
The second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Obviously a huge situation in the game here. But at the plate, he's got to keep it simple. He can't try to do too much just because the bases are juiced. At the very least, just find a way to get that tying run home from third.
The 0-1 pitch. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I like it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against you.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Oh, that was a big pitch right there. That was a swing count for me. Now the pressure's really mounting. You got the bases loaded in a tight game right here. He's got to deliver. He's got to throw strikes. As a hitter, you know he's got to come to you. All the pressure's on the pitcher right now.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left. Ready now. 2-strike pitch on its way. And this is swung on and missed. A huge out there as the bases will stay loaded with 2 away now.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
In now, Mookie Betts. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. And he'll put this one away for the final out. And the Astros have come back to even up this 4-game series at a game apiece as this one is over.
Wow, that game flew by, but that's what happens when you get a well-pitched 1-run game. Both hurlers battled, and it's almost a shame somebody had to lose this one.
And that 1 run held up tonight. 1-0 the final. Houston win this one despite banging out only 2 hits. Dallas Keuchel records the victory, his 13th of the year, as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Stephen Wright to settle with a loss after giving up only 1 earned. Ken Giles records the save, his 33rd of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.